I'm 57 right now, and I've been retired for just over 2 years. Today, I want to talk directly to those who are in their mid 50s and still grinding away, thinking you've got another 10 or 15 years left in corporate world. I'm here to tell you that it's definitely not how you want to spend your time. After 2 years on the outside, I've learned some major lessons, and we need to talk about the reality. Welcome back to Retired Life with Reese Wheel, everybody, and let's get right into it. Now, point one, your work your work friends aren't your real friends. A lot of you in your mid-50s stay because you think you love your work life. You tell yourself, I love the place, I enjoy the work, and mostly importantly, I love the people. But trust me, I've been there, but things they turn on a dime. A new manager comes in, stirs up the pot, pits people against each other, and suddenly the environment becomes cutthroat. Let me paint the reality for you. If you think that your work friends are your true friends, think again. When I hit 55, I could see the organizational changes coming, and I had a massive network of people I grabbed lunch with every day. We always talked about hanging, outside of work. But the day I left, my phone didn't blow up. No text came. It was completely quiet, almost eerily quiet. Nobody reached out. Nobody cared. Now, if you stand past 57 just to keep your social circle, you're grossly mistaken. You're much better off creating a new network of people outside of work who actually share your interests and they care about you. Now, point number two, ageism target. Let's be honest, when you're in your 50s at work, you're a moving target. Ageism is very real. A lot of these companies just assume, we're too old to bring the same value as these younger workers. It reminds me of an older gentleman, I used to work with for about 15 years. He drove an old cab over tractor and refused to handle everything else. Everybody joked about it, but it made me sad, man, because he did his job and hit every expectation. But the perception among all the management was that he was stuck in his, you know, in his old ways, and he was incapable. Now those cab over jokes, man, they were the sign that it was time for him to move out, and he did. He left. Sure enough, he was gone, and he was on his way down the road. Past 55, many corporations just see us as dead wood. They'd rather bring in a cheaper, younger whippersnapper. Now, point three, the 66 health wall. The next piece of advice about your health, we all know we're dealing with, aches and pains and squeaks. It's just like driving a older car. It starts making weird noises, clinks, and rattles. That's our body. The World Health Organization did a study on healthy life expectancy, and they called it HALE, HALE, or something like that. In the United States, the average age where health takes a major hit is 61 years old. Think about it. The average person retires at 65, and just 1 year and 1 month later, they get hit with something life altering, like cancer, a heart attack, a stroke, or a chronic diagnosis. Other independent studies, suggest that it starts to decline around 62 years old. Now, why on earth would you want to spend your final healthy years working for a company that runs you into the ground and gives you a 2% raise? By the time you get sick, it's too late. You can retire then Sure, but now your life is going to doctor's appointments 3 or 4 times a week. Our bodies go through bursts of accelerating aging, one in our mid 40s, and pretty much the next one is in our early 60s. You feel great today, but tomorrow isn't promised. Now, physiques and age always wins. Now, point number 4, build your passion project now. If you can make a living and have a few bucks in the bank and know you can make ends meet, trim down your budget, downsize, liquidate, move into a smaller condo to free up some cash and speed up your retirement timeline. But you need to focus heavily on your personal hobbies and interests before you exit. Find out what fascinates you, like photography, pickleball, classic cars. There's a lot of stuff going on around us. Right across the street is a fire engine place. But you start building that outside network now. When you retire, that daily office interaction vanishes overnight, man. Figuring out who you're going to talk to is one of the hardest adjustments for retirees. And you don't want to end up just staring at the walls. Now, point number 5, start packing your bags literally. Like, when I was 53, I saw the writing on the wall. I was the oldest guy in my department, and there were rumors of like a major corporate reorg. Nobody told me pretty much anything directly, but it felt like I could indicate that basically stuff was going on. Because I used to work at UPS, like if you guys watch my videos, you guys know. And I retired with 32 years, but as you see right now, UPS is cutting back. All these companies are cutting back. So, I seen the writing on the wall, and a matter of fact, I had got sick, and that's one of the reasons that helped me retire. But like I said, make sure you transition and start figuring out who you're gonna hang out with and who you're gonna deal with, because your work buddies, your work friends, they quickly vanish. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this talk, but be sure to check out my next video. You know, and appreciate y'all, man. And we'll see you real soon. And like and subscribe. Appreciate it.